I'll tell you what, it is barely enough clothing for today. It is cold, +5, pouring rain, and it feels nasty out. We were planning on getting up, going to the barn, jogging at Glare AM as she'll be heading to Pennsylvania on Tuesday morning with Captain's Maid. Braemar, I'm still up in the air. We have the papers, we have the ride, we have the series in the Meadows, but I'm not feeling it. I think that maybe going to London this week, or even Mohawk, if they'll let him in the maiden, which I can't imagine they will, makes more sense. So, yeah, it's cold. So what do we have? I talked about all the babies yesterday, kind of in a brief overview, but I want to give you an idea of, these are redundant sometimes, so I think a lot of people really, breeze through one list and not look at the other, but there's some people that want to listen to, what my thoughts are on all the 2-year-olds. I found my Running Aces hat. It just showed up after a year. It's like somebody played a cruel joke on me. I used to love this hat. Anyway, all the 2-year-olds now, where they're at, what they're doing. Was I happy with them this week? Are we going to make some changes? So, the full court press on all the babies. Almost there, boss. Didn't do anything with him other than jog this week. He was castrated. I'd mentioned last time we're going to make those shoeing changes. We'll make them on Tuesday. Probably if the area looks good and is healing up good, we'll maybe go a very slow mile on with him on Wednesday just to see how he feels. And then more than likely you'll see him in, we're trying, I didn't look at the weather, but next Saturday would be nice to have another drone session. So I'll be looking to drone him on Saturday. Amor Diener was good again. He continues to be good. Really everything in Mario's barn, aside from a couple little hiccups yesterday, looked very, very good. Amor Diener is definitely one of them. Now, you heard Johnny over the last, maybe not the last video, the video before, talk about how strong and how good he personally thought Arch's Rainbow was. I went with her. She was okay last week. I thought she was all right. Man, oh man, I went with her yesterday. Oh my God. She is very strong. Very, very strong filly. Very impressed with her. Did her work very, very well. Just a great training day yesterday for Arch's Rainbow. Oh, here comes Addie Bear. Better Be Sawyer was good again. Finished up strong for Chris. I asked Chris. He said she never put a step in. She's been great. So that's 3 weeks. Not 3 sets, 3 weeks in a row. She's been training very, very good. So that was good. Blue Bayou Dio made a little break yesterday. James was on the front with her and she rolled off. In the middle of the straightaway again. Now, I went with her the other day. I thought she was great. I thought her hobbles looked good yesterday, so I can't really... Hey, what's the problem? I'm doing a video up here. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Give me that sucky. You don't need sucky. Say hi. 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 You're a good girl. So, Blue Bayou Dio, you're going to see these odd intermittent breaks. I thought she was great on Wednesday, and it's not that she wasn't great yesterday. James said she come back trotting, ended up going 1:24, so it's not like she's falling behind. Just got to work on it. I think she's a horse that I'm going to go with for the next little while. Baumhugger continues to be slowly put back in the box. I don't want this. I said to somebody, maybe I'll go there next week, and I said, no, I don't want to go there next week. I like what this filly has done now. She's relaxed. She's behaved. That super high gear where she just wants to destroy at all costs, that has subsided. It appears we can turn that on whenever we want. So I'm happy with what I've seen from Baumhugger. Century Invictus finished up strong behind everybody yesterday. Looked very, very good. Brody did a great job with him. Confederate Cruiser was good for Colt yesterday. I guess I didn't really give you an overview of those two. So Century Invictus, trying to get him just to spark up as he puts weight on and gets stronger, looked good. And then Confederate Cruiser looked fantastic. In the video for Jimmy, would look good on Wednesday. It was so-so yesterday. I didn't really get a chance to see him. He was in behind me. But Colt said he went fine. Duke Dio now, we did x-ray him. There was some, I think I'll fall short of saying there was some lines. There was some growth, put it that way. And some reaction in his third carpal. Exactly what I assumed I would see. I'm actually glad that's what we saw. There's nothing worse than saying, hey, I see you, buddy. There's nothing worse than saying, hey, are the horses great? And then taking or something wrong, taking them to the vet, and then finding out, oh, we can't find anything. That's plants a little seed of doubt. Shh. What are you doing?
Listening to music.
Oh. Why don't you let Addie listen to one? Ava, can you let Addie listen to one? Yeah.
Oh, baby.
This is what I came to. No, Ed, you want to listen to music?
Look, Eva's listening to music. Look.
Do you want to try? Put it in your ear and listen?
Want to listen? Yeah, I'll show you.
No. I retract my request.
Okay.
LSL was good again yesterday. Continues just to be even Steven all the time. This guy, he was really good again. Isa 10 had the day off. We had the work done on her last week. Wanted to give her a day off, our week off. So I found them. Just slow training, or just slow jogging all week for Isa 10. She'll be back in action on Wednesday, and then yes, for the drone on Saturday. Garden State DO continues to be good. Oliver, I'm not going to keep doing that. Apparently this car is bigger, but maybe could have been a couple inches bigger. So Garden State DO was good again yesterday. Just continues to be real good. Granite Hill, as I said yesterday, James and I talked for a good 4 or 5 minutes about this guy in general. James didn't go with him very much, so I wanted to give him the Coles notes on what I saw from him, what I was expecting, and then talk to him after to see if that jived with what he saw. And he said, yeah, I saw the same thing. Little immature. It's hard for him to say, but he seems to be improving because he doesn't go with him. He was straighter to me, wore a head pole yesterday, did his work well. I think this is a horse that you're going to see get gradually better. The people that notice Granite Hill between now and June will be the people that own him. My partner's on Granite Hill. I don't think he's going to wow anybody. I don't think he's going to shock anybody. But I do think on this trajectory, when push comes to shove, you're going to see Granite Hill be a pretty decent sort of colt. Harlan L. trained good again yesterday. This guy, he's coming off his knees now. He's getting stronger. He did make, if you guys want to see some of the sets, actually John Evans, one of our clients, did his own top 10 list on Twitter and had a number of videos from training yesterday. Harlan L. was finishing up strong and made a break at the wire. Now, he's been susceptible to making those breaks at the wire, and I can tell you why. He touches down low when he's powering off. We have a set of bar shoes on him behind. I might open that toe up just to speed him up a little bit. It's easy to talk and say, like, you can do this, it's going to work. It'll be trial and error. But I think if we open that toe up take the shoe off the toe part of his left hind, I believe in my mind that should be enough to get him away from that interference. He definitely wants to work hard. He trained awesome the other day. So I'm curious to see how he's going to be. I'm going to ask Felix, our blacksmith, to open that left hind up. For those of you that are horsemen out there, you'd be like, well, you can't just do it on one foot. I'm sure you can. We do it all the time. So Harlan L, we're going to open the toe up. What I mean is so he has an ag bar on behind. We're going to take the front part of the shoe off of his foot. That could and may very well help him break over just a hair quicker so he can get out of the way and maneuver himself a little bit better. Who else do we have here now?
What is this video?
This is the 2-year-olds. Is that okay with you?
Like in order?
What other order? Of course they're in order. Alphabetical. I said, would you like me to put them in another order?
No.
By color or size? Do you want to measure them? Weight? Oh, okay. Harlan L, very, very, very happy with Harlan L. Harvard Yard continues to train. I can't really say much other than continues to train good because Tim tells me she's good, looks good. I'm happy. Tim's happy. I guess if Tim's happy, we all should be happy. Very interested to see what's going to turn out with this. I think Tim and I and Jason and everybody in Tim's barn and our barn are going to have a good summer in Pennsylvania, hopefully, and Tim will play an integral part of that. One of the biggest surprises of the day was how fluid Hill of Magic was. This is a filly that wears aluminums and flip-flops up front. We can get into why she wears those. This is what we elected to back when we were making her trot and getting her to trot when she still had that OCD in her left hind, when her knees were still bothering her. Now she's better. And James looked at me after and said, this filly does not need the hobbles any longer. So I think Wednesday will be no hobbles for Hill of Magic. Kathy with an eye, trained good again, continues to train down good. She knows she's not a horse that's going to catch your eye. Oh my God, who's that? She just does her work. She's a good looking horse. If you're looking closely, you're going to ask that question. But she's just continues to get better and better and better and stronger. Very happy with Kathy with an eye. Luck of the Dragon, trained good again yesterday. I know I had Voyage of Ice and Fire in there. I put him on the front. My car, tell me when there's rain. Okay, well, thank you. I put him on the front. As I said to you, it's very difficult to make up ground when the horses are at top speed, especially this time of year when they can all kind of go the same speed. So nobody was getting the Voyage of Ice and Fire yesterday. Luck of the Dragon gave him a run though. Came first over, and he was right at my wheel finishing up. But Voyage of Ice and Fire beat him. He was good though. Massive Profit was fantastic again yesterday. As I said to his caretaker Deb, every week he gets more cocky and more strong and more confident. He just stop. I said. He just seems like he's enjoying his work now. We got all the weight, everything off him. We switched back to a pair of high trotting boots instead of the bandages we had on, and just a seamless transition. He was absolutely great yesterday. Mischievous Rose was great also. Johnny did a great job with her. She was flying on the end of it. Miss Mildred was great also. From the video clip I saw online, she might have actually got up to beat Luck of the Dragon for second, but regardless if she did or she didn't, she looked some good. Of Tom, Amy's favorite filly, and James loves her too, apparently. She was awesome yesterday and put it on them. Very good mile from Of Tom yesterday. 1-2 skip a few. We're going to have her up to the vet. I don't want to drone on about why. If you want onto my opening video, I talk about 1-2 skip a few and how good she was yesterday, but how tight her hamstrings are. Just want to make sure. She is one of the cases where maybe a masseuse or a chiropractor may come in handy for that filly. For right now, that when she tied up, man, that really wreaked havoc on her, but she is so mentally strong. She just continues to train great. Peanut Butter and Jelly was good again. Finished up behind us with Voyage of Ice and Fire, and I know James thought she was stretched out and maybe needed some Kleenex. But as I said to him, I don't mind when the horses get stretched out, right? Go to the gym, you want to put a good sweat on. Some days you want to work your body right to the limit. This was one of those days yesterday for Peanut Butter and Jelly. I thought she looked good going in, came out good. I watched her after, and I talked to James about it. Watched how quickly she recovered in her cardio. So it's just a matter of putting the muscle on her. She looked good though. Prairie Fire was fantastic. Mario hadn't gone with him in quite a while. Said, hey, that colt, he's a nice colt, that colt. I said, I know he is. So we've come to have 7 fillies that I can make an argument that might be stake horses in Ohio, and 3 colts. I'll get to the other colt in just a... I jumped over the colt. I did. I jumped right over. Matt's MVP.
Oh.
I don't know how I did that. Matt's MVP was great yesterday. I know a lot of people are going to say, yeah, he's great when no one's there to watch. Well, there's a whole turn full of people. Again, you go on to John Evans's Twitter page, you can see that mile finish up. Matt's MVP overpowered everybody yesterday and looked very, very good, to the point where I actually had second thoughts and said, geez, he's strong enough to be maybe one of our best colts. I didn't see that from him before. Johnny had told me that. James had told me that. Everybody said that this colt possessed all the ability to be a good horse. I just didn't see it. I saw a horse that was rough around the edges. Yeah, he had talent. How much? I don't know. I only went with him once on Wednesday. I went with him again on Saturday. I can tell you, this is one big, powerful colt. Yeah, we made some shoeing and equipment changes, and they helped, but he can really, really trot. Procrastinator, probably one of the biggest movers of the day yesterday. He looked good. He looked very good. Still had some discharge in his nose, so will that play a role this year? I don't know, but man, for a horse that I wasn't really sure if he needed time to grow, how he was going to mature, this is the one horse of our 47 I didn't know if he was going to make it. Physically, from what I saw yesterday, he was incredible. He was very, very good. Health-wise, I'd like to see that mucus dissipate. but it is what it is, and we'll see how Procrastinator does. Very impressive mile yesterday from Procrastinator. Greg did a great job with this horse. Purple Aura was awesome yesterday. This filly's starting to find her way. I know a lot of people are going to say, going slow, she looks rickety. Yeah, she's a taller, lankier filly, and going slow, she looks a little rickety. As soon as you speed her up, just put as the old horseman used to say, just put a cup of water on her back. She was flying at the wire yesterday and looked very, very good. Renegade Gypsy, apparently I put him on the run. I hit Of Thomas, snapped, put her in gear. I wanted her trotting as hard as she could from the head of the lane to the wire. I don't think she's dogging it or mails it in sometime, but she's a big giraffe. And it's hard for her, after 2.5 to almost 3 laps, to sprint on the end of it. She doesn't have the body structure for that, but you got to keep putting that muscle on, So I give her a little crack with the whip to trot on, and when I did, Mario said I scared Renegade Gypsy. I said, boo-hoo, it happens. You know, there's drivers and whips and wheels and everything else in all the races, so it's going to have to learn. He's going to have to learn that that's part of it. What? Right. But Renegade Gypsy was, he's been lights out great, and I agree. I did scare him. As soon as I snapped him, I heard Mary go, hey, and he was on the run. So, Resolute Bay was great yesterday, won his set, looked good again, looked really good again. This horse continues to get better and better every week. Rose Above It. Almost done, honey. Almost done. Rose Above It was good again yesterday. James said on the left line. Now, I don't think he's on the left line because of lameness. He's done this before. We have a Murphy and a line pole on the left, and he'll wander sometimes. I think he was more angry with the way the mile was going, and that's good. I want him to understand that he needs to be bottled up and contained. James going with this horse is probably a really good idea for the next little bit. I think we just take the Murphy off, add a line pole outside, and I think he's fine. So, Rose Above It. Good yesterday, on the left line, easy to fix. Rosie's Masterpiece, Mario had said he let her hobbles out quite a bit, and she rolled off stride yesterday. He goes, I said, listen, if we're going to let her hobbles out and see if she can trot up into them, now's the time to do it when there isn't a drone. But next week, make sure her belt's on tight. Slim Jimmy's great again. This horse continues. Hi, baby. This horse continues to get better and better. What's wrong? Do you want to go in there? Yeah. She wants to go in. Well, you can start in. I've only got a couple of horses left. Do all you guys have masks?
Can I stay in here?
Do you have a mask?
What?
Do you have a mask?
No.
Nobody got masks. Okay, we forgot there's a pandemic. All right. There's one for you. There's one here for him.
I didn't know we were going inside.
Oh, you thought we were going to eat on out here on the driveway?
I thought we were going to pick it up.
Right. No, that doesn't stay there. Okay. So, where were we at? Slim Jimmy. Slim Jimmy continues to be very, very good. Really impressed with Slim Jimmy. Mario gets along really good with this horse. There's a bunch more behind the seat. That's enough. Oh, you didn't have one either. Oh, here I am scolding the children, and my fully adult wife didn't have a mask either. My God almighty.
Not just that.
Anyway, Slim Jimmy was very, very good. You might say to yourself, well, Anthony, you didn't have one? It's on the blonde in the back. I didn't have one. So, Slim Jimmy, Mario's a good fit for this horse. They've done a great, great, great job with Slim Jimmy. Really, really happy with what I've seen from him. Spent, he did make a little break yesterday on Johnny. He said he was on the right line a little bit and goofing off. He's another horse. Much like Massive Profit, they just have to learn how to behave. Now, when I went with Spent, and James too, just kind of sit on the outside, let him coast up forward, and then put him in gear, and away you go. If you got him bottled up, I think he hears voices in his head, and a lot of them tell him to make a break. So you just have to keep him contained. Not a big deal. He trotted fine afterwards. Stonebridge Dolce, Brody maybe not a great fit for this filly yesterday. She was running in a little bit. The trainer forgot a bit burr on the left, and I suspect she was running in a bit. And she gives you that feeling. She's one of these horses. It's hard to explain. You want to go in? Yeah. Can you say bye to everybody? Say bye. 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 Okay, Mommy's going to take you in. I'll be in 1 sec. Ollie, you can wait here with me, all right?
I want to film them.
Yeah, we're going in 1 second. You can wait a second with me. Because I just told you, that's why.
So,
Unfortunately, that's the way the government works. So Stonebridge Dolce, I know she was great on Wednesday with the bit burr on, and with she's one of those horses that gives you a little feeling she could make a break, so you kind of coddle her, and what you really got to do is just tap her on the tail and chirp to her, and she'll come forward and smooth it out and take off. And it's a lot to ask that kid to go with this horse on Saturday, but Jimmy wasn't here. He knows her, and I thought Brody might be okay. She wasn't terrible. She just didn't do her work as well as I'd hoped. Stonebridge Giacatti did. He worked well again. This horse continues to look better and better and better. Really impressed with Stonebridge Giacatti. Sweet on Pete was good again. The Sephilia, I think you're going to see get better and better and better and better over the next month or two. If you go back and look at her video, she was incredible last week and looked really, really good. 3-point blue chip, James said, was much better. We did put the hobbles back on him, but he said overall the horse never did anything wrong, trotted great, finished up strong. After the mile, he said, I chirped him where he usually would have kind of given him that go away. He said, I chirped him, tapped him on the tail, and he took off. So great news for me for 3-point blue chip. This is a horse, sure, this was our most expensive horse, but nevertheless, we have to take into account what he's literally able to do right now. He's doing everything he possibly can right now to be a better horse, and I think with his attitude change, taking all the weight off him, I think you're going to see the 3-point blue chip we purchased come forward over the next 3-4 weeks. Taiwan On was good again yesterday, finished second of Tom. I thought she was great. Johnny thought she was great. Tioga Sunshine was good again. She continues to improve well. Oh, they lied. There's no in-house dining. Ooh, McDonald's. What is wrong with you, Ronald McDonald? Can't go in?
No.
They lied.
The website was not updated.
Oh, it was very kind of them. Do you want to just go to the other place?
The one that I suggested?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No.
Why not, Ollie?
It sucks.
It sucks. One, don't use that language. And two, it does not suck. You've eaten there for 2 years.
It sucks.
You know what? That you talk like that makes me want to go there even more.
Oh. How far of a drive is it?
It's just in the next parking lot. Do you want to go, Addie, look. Do you want to go to the other restaurant over there? You want that one? Well, we can get through the drive-thru, I suppose. Twinbee Habanero's gone to the pool now. 2.5 more weeks for him, and then he's out. Duke Dio will join him next week in the pool. We can swim together. Twinkle and Arai was great yesterday. I know. Can't remember who went with her on Wednesday, but they said she was a little lazy.
Oh, come on.
What's wrong? I know, but it's close. We got to go with the other cars there. Look, see, they're getting food that way. I'll get you something. It's not a big deal, honey. We'll just get... I had a hankering for hotcakes and sausage, okay? Once in a while, I like hotcakes and sausage. McDonald's. We can go to a restaurant. I know, we're going there. Yeah. Addie is pointing at McDonald's. I will get you food from there, okay? Look in the drive-thru. Okay. Stay contained for a minute, child, okay? Just a minute. Twinkle in her eye, Amy went with her and said, she doesn't go when you ask her, and I snapped her on the tail yesterday, and she would come right out of her harness, finished up real strong, won her set, and looked great. For those of you out there, the Twinkle group out there, worried and saying, she kind of looks okay. She looked very good yesterday. Old Ron that takes care of her loves her to death and owns a piece of her, and he was smiling from ear to ear. I could see both of his teeth, and he was super pumped yesterday. Both of them. You Gotta Believe was good yesterday and trained good. Very, very happy with him. Unbeatable Kemp trained great, flying on the end of it and then popped a curb or two, which is good. Couldn't figure out why he just seemed a little contorted sometimes, and it takes sometimes those curbs to pop out. Easy fix. Cool them out with poultice and then freeze gun them, cryo them. It's a very common injury, especially training down for babies, and it's easily treated. And in almost every case, you don't have to go back in and keep maintaining them. So Unbeatable Kemp was good again yesterday. I'm happy to see that curb. We can fix that. You won't see him in the drone next Saturday, but he'll be back shortly thereafter. Voyage of Ice and Fire rose to the occasion of being the best horse right now. He beat everybody of every sex and every gate yesterday. No one wanted any piece of Voyage of Ice and Fire yesterday. Amy went with him on Wednesday, and he kind of dogged it on her a little bit. I think he kind of mailed it in on Wednesday. Decided that it wasn't a legs day. It was a grow day, and just sat out there. And I know Amy had some choice words for him after. Was not happy with the performance of Voyage of Ice and Fire. So to show her how good he actually was, I put him in with all the Pacers and whooped them. Voyage of Ice and Fire was awesome. He's A+ across the board. Hey, just let her get her head out there.
She's hanging out the window and it's raining.
She doesn't know what rain is. It's all right. You can figure it like most of us do. Rain's cold when it's +5. I don't want it on me. Will to Win Hanover was great. James said he had made some equipment adjustments. You'll see a couple of our horses wear that thoroughbred martingale. It's like a Y, right? If you look close, you'll see it. It attaches to the lines. There's rings the lines go through, and then it anchors on the buxton of the horse. And what it does was, when the horse has any pressure on the lines, it puts pressure on their mouth, which is good. Just a lot of horses, Rose above it. Leave her. Just leave her, honey. Rose above it and White Tiger both wear it, and both are respected very much so. And also for Will to Win Hanover, she was night and day better. James had put a head pull, a hood, and the martingale on her. She was actually quiet yesterday. And now he said, don't get too excited. She can switch back. Hey. She can switch back pretty quick. But for now, Myra, glad we're on the W's. But for now, she was good and quiet yesterday. Very good. And also, hey, look. You're ruining the list with your crying. And last but certainly not least, World for Two.
How did Noodles do?
Noodles was great yesterday. World for Two was great again yesterday. He beat everybody on Wednesday. Looked great again yesterday. This is a horse that is coming forward as predicted and as planned. Oh, I'm going to plug your nose. You want to say bye to everybody? Come here.
Faker.
Look at everybody. Look, say bye. Bye. Do you want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go there and see Ronald McDonald then, all right? We just have to wait in line. Do you want to just sit and wait in line with me, and then we'll put you in your seat in a second, all right? We're going to come right over here. This is how we did it when I was a kid. Quite illegal now. But nevertheless, I'm sure we can go through the drive-thru. And then what do you want? Do you want a crybaby sandwich? Yeah, McDonald's. Can you say McDonald's? Kind of like your last name. Anyway, that's your 2-year-olds. All done now. We're going to eat some hotcakes. And Mrs. Cranky Pants is going to get something to eat. And I will be back. Talk to you all real soon.